Apple Watch has been banned in the US. Just kidding. Not yet. It hasn't actually been banned yet. But basically, what's happening here is Apple is facing an import ban on some of its smartwatch models in the US. I believe it's the Watch 4 and newer, or looking at a potential ban. Basically, they are infringing on a patent on the ECG technology in the watch. And I believe the company they're infringing on is AliveCor, which is a medical device company. And apparently there's several patents here. And if it goes that far back, I mean, this is a pretty big thing. And it's kind of wild that it's going to get them blocked from importing into the US. I believe that it basically will take effect if Joe Biden approves it here. And I I mean, I don't know enough about these patents to know for sure, but I mean, you're in some dangerous water here. And so this basically covers the monitor in the watch that does your electrocardiogram technology, and the fact that they violated multiple is kind of crazy. So for what we have here, I don't know enough about this topic, but it's a wild to see such a big product that for now 2 generations, 3 generations of smartwatches is going to have to be banned on import possibly, especially from a major company like Apple. So first discussion question here is, what are the implications of an import ban on the Apple Watch for the company, and how might this affect sales and market share in the US? Oh, I think the used market's going to get a little more expensive. I think that's going to be the first thing that happens if this really goes through. Secondly, I am curious to see, Apple does not get pushed over very often at all. Even at all. I do to say that. They're not a pushover company. So will Apple be willing to reach a deal here, or are they going to just fight this as long as they can so they can keep importing their watches in the meantime? Or I don't even know if this works this way, but can the president put a hold on it until it's figured out? I have no idea. If you do know, let me know in the comments or just somewhere. That'd be awesome, if you're smarter than me. But yeah, I think this will affect Apple in a big way. I think the Apple Watch is probably one of the biggest, well, for sure the biggest smartwatch. And it's actually a big part of what Apple does. So this will be interesting to see. Second question here is just, what is the broader significance of this case in patent law, intellectual property rights, and how might it shape the legal landscape for technology companies in the future? One of the things I will say, when it comes to things like this, Apple uses this kind of technology in their watches to help people predict health problems, figure out health problems, track health problems. This is a weird one where, yeah, they invented it. They should get something for that. They should be rewarded for being the company that figured that out. The AliveCor should be. But even if Apple is infringing here, do they, just because it's a health-related thing, need to figure out a way to allow these to still be imported just because of that? And on the flip side, it's also just a consumer electronic. So is it as big of a deal as if it was not that it's not a legit medical device, but it's not sold in that way. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that's going on here. We're going to see in the next few months, I suppose, maybe years, how this plays out. And we'll see if for the next Apple Watch, if they're either missing this chip or have already partnered with somebody else and made their own. That's going to be interesting.